session really quick while I still got a little bit of good sunlight, good light, all right? So, let us see what it is that the collective needs to work on healing to this week. Okay? Spirit, universe, divine, God, Ra, spirit guide, spirit team, archangels, guardian angels. What messages do you have for the collective? Please make me a clear channel in order to relay any messages for the collective clearly and concisely so everyone can understand. Archangel Michael, please place a hedge around me and the collective. As I tap into this reading and this energy, keep all negative energy and entities out of my energy and out of this reading, and cause all monitoring spirits to go blind and deaf. Ashe. What is the topic of therapy this week, Spirit? What is it that the collective, or the majority of the collective, or someone important in the collective, or someone, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say, Spirit. What is it? Hypervigilance wound. So there's a need to address a hypervigilance wound, okay? That is a wound that will show up as constantly scanning your environment for danger, over-analyzing every situation, and feeling like you can never fully relax. You may also struggle with sleep, peace of mind, and a persistent sense of needing to be on alert, even in safe spaces. This wound often stems from past trauma or survival mode, blocking inner calm, trust in others, and the ability to feel truly safe. Okay, so that could be for someone who at one point has been through some kind of trauma regarding like abuse or some kind of crime, domestic violence, etc. Okay, so this is someone who just doesn't feel safe. So you're always on go. You're always watching your back. You're never off. You're always on. Okay? I just got like super tired from that. Because you can never relax. You're always like watching your back. Always. Damn, I just thought about this dude I walked past the other day. I was on my walk. And I walked past this dude. He was walking up the street. Confirmation burp, okay. It was like 70 degrees outside. He had on a fucking Scully. He had on a fucking ski. And he was walking with his hand on his waistband. And every 3 seconds, he was looking back as the cars passed by. He was on go. He was in survival mode because obviously he's doing some shit he ain't got no business if he got to keep his hand on his motherfucking piece. His face is fucking covered in 70-degree weather, and he's constantly watching his back every time a car goes by. Okay? But that's hypervigilance, okay? So different situation from what you're going through, but still the same energy of just always, you know what I'm saying? Always waiting for some shit to fucking drop. Okay. There's also a need to address attachment to material possessions. Okay? This will show up as placing your self-worth in what you own, causing fear of loss, anxiety, and a constant need for more. It often stems from the belief that possessions define your value, hindering inner peace and fulfillment. So this is also someone who's always chasing the bag. Okay? They never feel like they have enough. So this hypervigilance wound could be because whoever this person is doing things that they shouldn't be doing to acquire these material possessions to get this money. So they have to continuously watch their back because they don't know if what they're doing is ever going to blow up in their face. But like I said, I'm also getting that this is also someone, it could be one of these, it could be either one of these. Take it how it resonates for you. It could be someone who has dealt with some kind of abuse or trauma or something in the past that would create this sense of having to watch your back and being unsafe. Like I said, a robbery, domestic violence, something like that, right? But then there's also this person who has this hypervigilance wound because they're watching their back constantly because they're doing something to make money that they should not be or don't need to be doing, okay? There's also a need for someone to address an identity crisis, okay? This shows up as a confusion or uncertainty about who you truly are, leading to a lack of direction or purpose. It may manifest as questioning your values, beliefs, and role in the world, often triggered by a major life transition or a deep sense of disconnection from your authentic self. This identity crisis is connected to this attachment to material possessions. And the attachment to material possessions is connected to this hypervigilance. Okay, so what I'm getting really strongly, I'm just going to stick with what I'm getting really strongly. This is someone who is attached to material possessions. They are all about money, money, money. They'll do anything for money. Okay? It's something this person is doing for money that they should not be doing, that is causing them to be hyper vigilant because they're always watching their back. They don't know when this shit's going to blow up in their face. It's not if it's going to blow up in their face, it's when. Okay? This all ties to this identity crisis because whatever this is that this person is doing to make this money, it doesn't align with who they really are. So they are having a hard time getting in touch with their true self, or they're having a hard time living in their truth, in their authentic self, because they're so worried about money. It's causing them to act in ways that they would not normally act, which is causing them to do things they would not normally do, which is causing the hypervigilance. Okay? There's also a need to address a there's a need to heal from reactive abuse. Okay? So this shows up as responding to emotional or physical aggression with defensive or impulsive reactions, often as a result of prolonged mistreatment. It can manifest as guilt, confusion, or shame, as the individual may feel responsible for their actions while unaware of the toxic dynamic at play. So this is also someone, the identity crisis may be because they were in an abusive relationship. Okay? But what I'm also getting is this is 4 different people. There's one person, one main person that has all of these things. They have the hypervigilance, the attachment to material possessions, the identity crisis, and the reactive abuse. But I'm also getting that this is also 4 different people. So take it how it resonates. There's someone who needs to address the hypervigilance. There's another person who needs to address their attachment to material possessions. There's someone else that needs to address their identity crisis. And there's another 4th person, or would be technically a 5th person maybe, take it, whatever, that needs to heal from reactive abuse. Okay? So there's 4 different energies, but technically it's 5 in total, because like I said, one person has all of these things, and then the other 4 is one of these each. Okay? So take it how it resonates. You'll know if this is you, and you'll know where you fit. Just get in where you fucking fit in. Okay? Okay, so what else, Spirit? I'm being guided to talk to the person who is affected by all 4 of these things. Okay? So whoever you are, this is a giant circle, like a giant cycle. All these things are connected to each other. The hypervigilance can also be connected to the reactive abuse. The abuse could be why they're hypervigilant. The abuse is why they're reactive. The abuse is why they have the identity crisis. The hypervigilance is why they're attached, or the attachment to material possessions is why they're hypervigilant. The hypervigilance goes right back to the identity crisis and the reactive abuse. Like, it's just a, oh my goodness, whoever you are, I need to hug you. This is so much. And I feel so tired. Whoever you are exhausted. Someone's trying to split the deck. You're exhausted and you're afraid of the future. Why are you afraid of the future? Okay, you're afraid of the future because you're afraid that if you address this attachment to material possessions, that you will lose yourself. Identity crisis. Okay. Also, your attachment to material possessions could also be connected to the reactive abuse. You could have been abused verbally or emotionally because of your lack of possessions, which is why you became attached to gaining the material possessions, okay? This is just a whole lot. This is a whole lot. Fear of the future will show up as anxiety, overthinking, and an overwhelming sense of uncertainty about what lies ahead. This fear may manifest as a tendency to worry excessively about outcomes, making it difficult to take risks or move forward with confidence. So, whatever this is that you do that you're worried when it's going to blow up in your face, you're doing this because you're also afraid of the future. You're also afraid to let it go because you're afraid of the future. But that's not the only thing that this fear of the future affects. Your fear of the future affects everything in your life, I'm hearing. This affects your relationships. This affects your career. This affects everything. You may be someone that has been in the same job for years and years and years, but you're not happy at this job. But instead of leaving the job because you're unhappy with it, you stay because of the money. And you just suffer going to work every day because you're afraid of, if you leave this job, what's going to happen. You're afraid of the future. This affects you in relationships because you're unable to open up to people and get close to people and express emotions and have feelings for people because you're afraid of falling in love or having feelings and then getting hurt later on in the future. Confirmation burp. This is even keeping you from just doing anything different in your life. Like, you're the type of person who will literally stay in a situation while being unhappy in said situation just because you're afraid of what's going to happen if you leave the situation. Okay? Even if it's a relationship where you're mistreated, like I said, you'll literally stay because you're afraid of the future. That could be where this reactive abuse came from. I'm getting that you could have been in a relationship, hypervigilance wound. You were in an abusive relationship. And this abusive relationship caused reactive abuse because you were mistreated and felt like you always had to, oh, here we go. Okay, you felt like you always had to watch your back or be on the defense around this person, okay? Because this person abused you about your worth, your possessions, what you had, or not having enough for them, which caused the identity crisis. Because whatever you did for this person was never enough. It was never good enough. No matter what you brought home or made, it wasn't good enough. No matter what you did, it wasn't good enough. You were always getting abused by this person. So now you are like hypervigilant with yourself. Fear of the future. You're hypervigilant with yourself. You're hypervigilant with your emotions. You're hypervigilant with everything. And like I said, because you're afraid of the future. You literally stayed in a situation you stay in situations you're unhappy in because you're afraid of being mistreated and not having enough, or being mistreated because you don't have enough in another situation. Like, it's given like you feel like everybody's going to be the same type shit, which causes the identity crisis. Because in essence, you're losing yourself staying in these situations that are not good for you out of fear of the unknown. I can't lie, that's kind of sad. You'd rather be unhappy than take a risk. Why? Why would you rather be unhappy than take a risk? Please, lighting, cooperate. I don't want to turn on this light yet. Hold on. Why would this person rather stay and be unhappy than just face the fear of the unknown? What does this person need to do? How can we help this person, Spirit? Ooh. Hold on. Prosperity. Come on. It's funny because I know what words mean. I just don't always remember. Like, I know what words mean, but when I have to explain or give a definition, it's very hard for me for some reason. Like, I can know exactly what a word means, but I can't explain it. All right, prosperity. Profit, secure. Yeah, like I said, you're worried about... You stay in these situations because you're afraid of the unknown, because you're worried about your prosperity. Attachment to material possessions. Okay? I'm going to have to turn this light on. Damn it. I don't want to turn this light on. Alright, hi. You can see my face now. Hold on. I want everybody outside to see my face. Now that the light is on. Okay. So, yeah. You do this to yourself because you're worried about your prosperity. You're worried about not having... You're worried about not having, okay? So how can we help this person, Spirit, to... Or how can this person help themselves? How can we help them get over these wounds? All right. Spirit says you need to reflect. So that's meditation. That's prayer. That's healing. You need to meditate, pray, reflect. You need to go within. You need to actually, like, sit with yourself alone in thought and think about what caused these wounds. What it is exactly that caused these things to become issues for you. What was the moment? You know what I'm saying? What was the first thing that caused the hypervigilance? What was the first thing that caused the identity crisis? The attachment to material possessions, the reactive abuse. It's time for you to go within and reflect so you can heal these issues, okay? Discipline. Yeah, it's time for you to be disciplined. I don't like when my locks do that. It's time for you to be disciplined when it comes to your healing. It's time for you to, I'm hearing hunker down. It's time for you to hunker down and be serious and discipline yourself when it comes to this healing, okay? And it's crazy because this morning, the chakra of the day was healing. Heart chakra, healing. And here we are. Spirit's telling you need to go within, reflect, and heal, and be disciplined about it. Your only competition is yourself. Okay? So the attachment to material possessions, your only competition is yourself. Okay? So you might not think you have enough, but you have enough. And the only reason why you don't believe you have enough is because of yourself. You're in competition with yourself. Especially if this person that you were in this abusive relationship is no longer around you. There's no reason for you to be reacting to the abuse as by trying to still gain material possessions. I'm like hearing that you already have it. So there's no need for you to keep hurting yourself to get it. Okay. So yeah, you're your only competition. And as soon as you go within and heal and reflect these things, you'll realize you're only competing with yourself, and there's no competition. Okay? I'm hearing you have enough. You will always have enough. Okay. The next card out is intuition. So along with the reflection, Spirit is wanting you to listen to your intuition. So when I ask what will help you or what can you do to help heal this, intuition. You need to listen to your intuition. You need to meditate, reflect, and listen to your intuition about what to do or how to heal these wounds within yourself. secure. Like I just said, you're your own competition. You have enough. You are secure. Okay? So it's okay to let go of the material possessions attachment. What about these other things, Spirit? What can they do about these other wounds? These other wounds, you have decisions to make. So this could be these people that created some of these wounds are still in your life. You have decisions to make about these people. This could be decisions within yourself about how you choose to heal or how you choose to what am I hearing? How you choose to move in these wounds. I don't know how else to say it. But you have a decision, or you have decisions to make regarding these other wounds. Okay? Okay, so yeah, the hypervigilance wound, when I said it's something you're doing possibly to make money that is not something you should be doing, you have a decision to make in order to heal that hypervigilance wound. Once you stop doing whatever it is that you shouldn't be doing for money, you won't have to be hypervigilant. That solves that. That's a decision that needs to be made. The identity crisis, once you decide that you are willing to be your authentic self and live in your truth, that will take care of that. The fear of the future, once you decide that there's nothing to fear but fear itself and that you are your own worst enemy, and you decide that you are not afraid of the future or of the unknown, that will take care of that. The reactive abuse, once you decide that you don't have to be guilty or feel ashamed or be reactive to people's energy, that will take care of that. Okay? The attachment to material possessions, though, you literally are going to have to listen to your intuition and realize you're your own competition. This is heavy. I'm getting tired. Synchronicity is what popped out next. Okay, I have no idea what synchronicity is. Let me ask. Spirit, what is synchronicity? What does that mean for this person? What is synchronicity? Sense. Okay, so synchronicity, sense, and then intuition is popping back out to me. Spirit is wanting you to use your senses. Sight, hearing, smell, sometimes maybe taste, to notice synchronicities in your life. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, to notice the synchronicities in your life, because the synchronicities are your intuition, and your intuition is God trying to show you and help you heal these things. So, confirmation. So, sense. Spirit wants you to be able to sense when they're talking to you. Sense when they are sending you signs and synchronicities, okay? And creativity. That is giving me, there's something that you do creatively that will help free you. Come on. Gosh damn nails. There's something you do. Oh my God, all the cards are moving. I hate that. There's something that you do creatively that will help you heal your material possessions wound, or help you heal your attachment to material possessions. There's something you do creatively that will make you so much abundance and security and prosperity that you won't have to worry about your material possessions, okay? But you have to you have to make a move on whatever this creative thing is. which is actually crazy because the reading I did last night on the masculine page that I have for Divine Masculines was about some creative endeavor. Was that the masculine reading? That might not have been on shit, I don't know. I'll find it. I'll link it. I'll find it and link it. I can't remember if I put that on the masculine page yesterday or if it was just a regular reading. But I definitely had the energy yesterday about someone. It was a masculine page. Okay, yesterday I got the download that there's a masculine thinking about changing careers and doing something creative. Something that they do, like art or something that they do that was going to basically be successful as fuck, and they were going to make a fuck ton of money doing it. Okay? I feel like this is the same person in Thursday therapy today that I'm picking up this energy for. Whoever you are, this creative endeavor that you need to start doing is going to take care of this attachment to material possessions, because you're going to have so much abundance and prosperity and security from this creative endeavor of yours that you will have generational wealth, tradition. You will have generational wealth, okay? But your fear of the future is stopping you from making a move on that creative endeavor, which also came out in the reading for the masculines last night. It's like this person was trying to decide if they wanted to stay in the career they were in, which was a competitive career. Like I said, that it was a competitive job. And they were trying to decide if they wanted to stay in this competitive career field or if they wanted to follow their heart and chase their dreams doing something creative. And basically it told them in the reading, Spirit told them to follow their fucking heart because it was going to pay the fuck off. I feel like this is the same fucking energy. Whatever it is that you do, this competitive career that you do for this money, it's something you don't enjoy or something you don't are taking a risk in doing. Spirit is wanting you to stop, leave it the fuck alone, and follow your dream, follow your heart, because following your dream and following your heart is going to be what sets you free from a lot of your fucking wounding, and it's going to basically set you up for life and your kids and your kids' kids and your kids' kids' kids and your kids' 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 kids, okay? I'm definitely going to link that reading in the description so that y'all can watch it if you're called to watch it. I did put that's on my Divine Masculines page, okay? You don't have to be a Divine Masculine to watch or subscribe to the Divine Masculine page, because there are feminines that move in Divine Masculine energy. So it's really for anyone, but I did specifically create the channel with masculines in mind. So anyone is welcome to the channel, but I did create that channel specifically for masculines, okay? But energy is energy. Anybody is welcome to it if it resonates. So yeah, I'm gonna drop the link for that reading in the description on this video for whoever is interested in watching it, because I'm telling you, this Thursday therapy session is tied to that reading I did last night, and this Thursday therapy is for the same person that reading last night about chasing your dreams and following your heart is for. It's the same person. I know it is. I can feel the energy. It's the same fucking person. But that is all I have for this Thursday therapy session. A little quick 30-minute session. I feel like the video that I link is going to help you understand further what this is talking about, okay? So, go ahead, go down to the description box, go find that reading, go watch it, okay? Yeah, and I will see y'all next Thursday with another therapy session, okay?